Alright, so let's dive right in here to video 3, lesson 1-6, video 3. We talked about x-intercepts in the last video. Now we're talking about y-intercepts algebraically. Alright, so one thing I need to fix here, so this is going to be wrong when I click on it. This should say not when y equals 0. This needs to say when x is equal to 0. So the y-coordinate of the point at which the graph of an equation crosses the y-axis is where x is equal to 0. So number 2 here says always write as an ordered pair as 0. Notice the x value here is 0 and the y value is what we're trying to find. Alright, so the other thing to remember is that anytime you're given a linear equation, the b is always what that y value is. So this first example, like y equals mx plus b, so this is of that form, y equals mx plus b. So this number with the b is your y-intercept, because if I plug in a 0 for x here, you'll see y is equal to 5 times 0. Well, 0 times anything is just 0, so that leaves me with y equals 4. But remember, you need to write this as an ordered pair. So in this case, 0 is x and the y is 4. So plug in 0 for x, your output is 4. Alright, let's do example 5. And if you remember, in example 5, or in the last week and last lessons, we taught y'all a way to use the table function, and you can plug in your value, or in this case your equation, in the table function. So I'm going to plug this in. So we'll do 3x squared. Let me move this out of the way for a second. So 3x squared minus 5x plus 2. Hit enter. We'll start at 0 because that's what we want x to be. We want x to be 0. And so when I plug in 0 in here, it gives me an output of 2. So I know that my y-intercept here is just 0, 2. Now, what if I didn't want to use that function, or the table function in the calculator? I could just plug it in here. Plug it in for x here. Plug a 0 in. And what happens here? Well, 0 squared is 0. 0 times 3 is 0. 0 times negative 5 is 0. And then I have plus 2 equals 5, or equals y. So I know that 2 is equal to y. Okay, so you can do that either one of those ways, and you can also plug this into Desmos if you'd like. But granted, if it says find it algebraically, then you try to find it algebraically. You can always check yourself by using Desmos. All right, and lastly, we'll do this one algebraically here. Y is equal to negative 2 times 2 raised to the 0, because I need to plug in a 0 for x, and anything raised to the 0 power is 1. So this is going to rewrite as negative 2 times 1 plus 4. And then 2 times negative 2 is negative 2, plus 4 is equal to 2. So y is equal to 2, and x is equal to 0. So my ordered pair is 0, 2. Okay, so try these 3 U-tries, and then we will see you in the next video.